within the community, as well as unpacking what this sermon actually meant, and you all break off into the discussion before I kind of give you succinctly in the class to talk about your essays that are going to be due next Friday. Not this Friday, but
Next Friday.
next Friday. Your first analysis, your motif analysis, which is the first essay for this quarter. Remember, we have two of them. So one of them is due by mid-quarter, the other one is due by the end of the quarter. So today I'm going to talk a little bit, not a lot, on Wednesday and Thursday is when I'm going to really give you all in class time to start building those. Not a lot, but just a little. Yes, sir.
You guys all just
Both-ish. You'll see at the end of class, because I'm gonna talk about the motifs that I selected for you. All right, cool. All right, my loves, getting started in teams, your do now should have just opened during prayer. Today's question, what is the significance of the narrator realization at the end of the chapter that Reverend Barney is blind? He is literally blind. Explain your rationale. What is today's music choice, by the way?
Brazilian.
No repeat.
Moriarty.
Who?
Oh, well, we repeated that though.
Some like
No
techno or
repeat. Give
some
me
shit.
something good.
Techno.
Who?
Techno.
Techno or Techno?
Mmm.
6ix9ine.
I don't even know.
Take 9.
No, 6ix9ine.
Okay.
No. Here, all right. Okay, here we go. Techno party.
That's
I don't
it.
know what about that. After this commercial. All right, you're 8 minutes to run the clock.
I'm not doing that shit, bro. She tweet.
Hot water comfortable?
Comfortable.
Like, I can't walk around the room.
Yeah.
Guys, please be mindful that the time of your assignments has been getting shorter and shorter in order to ensure that you're doing it during class and not during someone else's. Last minute. All right, let's talk it out. Number one, vocabulary. What two vocabulary words did you integrate in today's response? Starting with Caleb, give me one.
Substitute.
Sir.
Surreptitious.
Work on our pronunciation. Surreptitious, thank you, sir. Give me two more. Outside of Caleb, thank you. Right.
Anomalous.
Anomalous means what?
Deviating from what is normal /
Say
expected.
what?
I don't know how to say that word. I hate this word. Deviating
Deviating.
from what is normal / expected.
All right. Not
Deviate.
doing the thing that everyone expects you to do or what you consider to be normal within a given society.
Deviating.
Final word that you could use in today's
Deviating.
assignment.
Deviating.
Like a lady.
Go.
Where y'all laughing at?
Go. Just answer. Just raise your hand.
Arduous,
Arduous means what? In great pronunciation.
hard to accomplish or achieve.
All right, things that are difficult, hard to accomplish or to achieve. So my question is, what is the significance of the narrator's realization at the end of the chapter that Reverend Harvey is blind? Why was it important for the narrator to find out that he was physically blind? Why do you think that was important for us as the readers to see? What do you think?
So we can get like the real meaning or like what it symbolizes.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
So it said like the significance of the narrator's realization. So like the narrator feel like the narrator can be like can just understand like better about what it meant for Barbara's not really being blind.
What does that mean?
Like what is like.
Well, you just said, because you said the narrator understanding that Barbie's not blind, but Barbie is blind.
No, I'm sorry. Barbara is blind, but it's like a. I don't know. I'll come back to you.
I'll come back to you. Somebody else help him out. Why is it important that the narrator learn that the man that's been preaching at him was really blind? What is important about that? What is significant about that? Remember, this is a fictional work, which means the author put these pieces together for a reason. What is the reason? What do you think the reason
Is it like
Why create a blind
he's not
character?
like aware of the truth?
Literally what I was looking for. Yeah, the narrator finding out that this man who's been preaching at their chapel services is physically blind is Ellison's way of identifying that this character might be literally blind, but he's figuratively blind to the truth. He's unable to see what's around him. Now we're going to press pause on this to talk a little bit about the setting, as many of you guys said, this isn't what I was looking for, it was a little boring. It was because it was setting up the stage for chapter 6. However, if you read in the messages within the sermon, you pretty much have an idea of what's about to happen. So let's read into this. In order to do that, we have to understand the context. So we're going to watch a short 2-minute video on the Black church. We're going to talk a little bit about its importance within the community. Before we do, just out of sheer curiosity, what are things that you guys know about the Black church? Besides Black folks go to church. Taylor.
No.
Anybody? Anything you heard about? Visited with a friend? Come on now. Just want to get our minds thinking, yes, great.
My friend tells me that they say they're gonna get on certain of time, but they get on like 2 hours later, 3 hours.
All right, yeah, black churches are long. You say you'll get out at 1 o'clock, but it's like 2:30.
Yeah, and they still.
Okay, so maybe the length of service, yeah,
Like it's loud and active.
loud and active. Any other things you know about the black church? All right, yeah.
Gospel music.
Gospel music, much appreciated. All right. So with that context, a small inside look, and this is, by the way, a documentary. If you are curious, you can look at it. It's called The Black Church, where you'll get to see an entire expose on understanding all of the nuances of the Black Church. But this is just kind of like a 2-minute like trailer almost for this documentary. And it gives you small tidbits about its significance to the Black community as a whole.
The Black Church has been the seminal force in shaping the history of the African American people. The history of the Black Church explores the rich, complex, and nuanced history of faith since our ancestors arrived on these shores all the way to the 21st century.
The church gave people a sense of worthiness. I don't know how we could have survived as a people without it.
To tell this story adequately, I turned to major leaders of the Black Church and major social figures in our country, including my friends John Legend and Oprah Winfrey, Yolanda Adams, Pastor Shirley Caesar, Kirk Franklin, and a host of scholars across the country.
We had to have some individual and institutional harm in order to preserve our sanity.
Music's really the language of the Black Church. Spirituals and gospel are woven into the foundation of the church.
The role of music in the Black Church is everything.
It sets the tone for how you will feel when the word comes forth.
Women are the backbone of the church.
People need to know that before it was Martin's dream, it was pray his prayer.
Women were preaching, they were teaching, they were fighting for our political rights outside of the church, but also fighting for their rights to preach within the church.
We were very quick to address racism, but very slow to address sexism.
At critical moments in our history, you will find the church at the center of our collective life, playing a pivotal role of anchoring our people and inspiring them to greatness.
So things to note. Black churches have played a prominent role in the African American community, specifically because they provided job training, insurance operatives, and they also advocated for both racial and social reform. Likewise, Black churches have been a safe haven. What does that mean? A safe haven. Safe place. They are a cornerstone of the Black community because they are a safe place for Black people to speak, as well as a forum for people to learn. So for Black people who may not have had access to going to colleges like the main character in this book, when you go to church, whatever your pastor preaches to you, it gives you insight. For many Black people who did not have the ability to read, going all the way back to the slave narrative, whomever your pastor was or the preacher was on the plantation gave you access to the Bible, gave you access to learning and access to understanding. So with that context, this chapter was critical because it was centered on whom? Who is the main speaker in this chapter? Reverend Barbie. And understanding Black context, Reverend Barbie's position is critical. Why?